Hello, my friend. Today I wanted to give you some excellent, amazing news. Excellent, just like beautiful news, great news. Okay, good news today. And it's actually an understanding and an insight that I've gotten from many years of reading tons of different books about metaphysics and spirituality and personal development and business and psychology and coaching many different clients, helping people discover their life purpose, and really, doing a lot of meditation, psychedelics, just like it's just kind of like coming together in this way. And I feel like it's my life purpose right now to basically tell you that the structure of the universe is actually designed to help to support you in the fulfillment of your deepest wishes, your deepest desires, your deepest wants and cravings. Now, cravings is an interesting word that we're gonna have to, but basically the things you want deeply, authentically in your soul, connection to earth, connection to other people, connection to yourself, connection to the source of beings. I want to say God, but God is such a loaded word, and so many people have been so confused about that word, but I love that word. So just know when I say God, I'm not talking about like religion or Christianity. I'm talking about everything. Okay, I'm talking about just you can interchange that word for just meaning reality or existence or the universe or source or Mu or Brahman or Allah or whatever you want to interchange it with. It's just a word. We got to use words in order to talk. Okay. God is infinite potentiality. It's infinite power, and it's infinite wisdom and love and knowledge. What God wants more than anything is to expand and express itself through you. Okay? So think about it like this. God is so beautiful and infinite and expansive in abundance, or the universe, or what reality is, like an infinitely expanding fractal. Okay, so I'm trying to get the information so that you understand it. Okay, I'm talking to all kinds of different people with different belief systems and different worldviews and different biases and clingings and different kinds of like reactions. Every single word I say, people like react against it. So I'm like trying to give the information, and I'm just gonna talk, okay? But like, don't judge what I'm saying is what I'm trying to say. Just listen, okay? Listen with your body, listen with your heart, listen to what I'm saying to you, okay? What reality is on like deeply, okay? And how do I know this? Again, I said 9 years studying, reading, meditation retreats. I fucking lived in a monastery for months, meditating for 13 hours a day, and psychedelics and contemplation and life happening, and I just know things, okay? What do you want me to say, okay? I fucking read and shit. Okay, I read, I live, and I look at the grass. Okay, the grass teaches me. Okay, if you, Adam, how'd you learn all this stuff? I don't know. Okay, I'm smart. I don't know how. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that the universe is infinity. It's actually wanting to always grow and expand, always, in all ways. Okay, in all ways. So infinity wants to expand infinite kinds of sounds, infinite kinds of sights and beautiful things to look at, infinite kinds of tastes, infinite kinds of feelings and sensations, infinite kinds of smells. Okay, so those are the 5 senses. Infinite thoughts and concepts. The universe, the universe, what reality is this thing it's this trying to expand infinitely. Okay, reality wants to infinitely expand in it so that it can be its best version, so that it can evolve and grow and learn, because reality is consciousness. You think like, that's why we call it God, because God gives it this sense that it's like personal. It's like has a mind, right? When you say the universe, it might sound a little bit like science of like, you know, the stars and the galaxies, and there's like, they're not conscious, they're just like stupid, they're just dumb objects, dumb matter. Reality is not dumb matter, okay? Just the fact you're able to hear me and understand me and be conscious of this present moment right now, and we're intelligently able to sort of make this connection somehow through space and time. We've been able to meet. We've a meeting of minds, okay? This current ability to do this proves that consciousness is one factor or one facet of reality, okay? And actually, reality itself is consciousness. It is actually your consciousness. Your consciousness is a facet of infinity's consciousness. It is infinity's consciousness. In Buddhism, they say all beings have Buddha nature. Okay, the Buddha represents infinite consciousness, the infinite potential of infinite mind. All beings have that as their ground, as their root, okay? So this is what I'm trying to say. The only way infinity or God can actually express its infinite potential, to manifest it, make it real, to actually experience it, instead of having it just be the potential, but actually like turn it into a true reality, a physical manifestation. In order for God to do that, God has to experience itself through you. So right now, God is looking out of your eyes, okay? Hearing with your ears, tasting with your mouth. Speaking with your lips, thinking with your mind, okay? Experiencing with your body. God wants to experience its infinite potential through your body, okay? What we're getting to, the really good news, is that what this actually means is that you are inherently supported to express and unfold your highest passion in life. Okay? So if you're extremely excited about actualizing some kind of passion, or even if it's a simple thing like going out to nature today, you know, or like going on a hike, or you're just really excited about it, going to see a show. Doesn't have to, I'm not talking only about creating some sort of grand life spanning project or some life purpose or some charity or something like that. I'm not only talking about that. I'm talking about in every single moment of your life, when you have the passion and the excitement and the interest and the curiosity to investigate something, or to go experience something, to act on something, to have a certain experience, that is actually God wanting to have that experience through you, which means the entire universe will support you in the process of acting on that desire, on that passion, on that excitement. Okay, so you don't have desires randomly, okay? You don't just like randomly want to like, you know, move to a beautiful country, or you don't like, okay, let's talk about desires for a second. So oftentimes our desires are cloaked in this sort of like surface level layer. So for example, you might think your desire is to move to a vacation country, you know, the Bahamas, and just live there forever, right? And sip pina coladas on the beach and you know, warm sun and have $1 million. And so that's kind of like the surface level. That's like kind of just the top layer, okay? The deep desire is not the content of that fantasy, but actually the feeling that's underneath it. Okay, so it's not just about the fantasy of like, oh, I have to go to the Bahamas and, you know, sit on the beach and relax all day. The actual vibe that you want, the energy, the vibration, the experience that you want, it's not about the surface content. It's about what's underneath the feeling of that. What you fundamentally want by, you know, living in that vacation country for the rest of your life. What you really want is the feeling of total relaxation and trust and surrender and connection with the earth, connection and supporting your expression of your desires. You want your highest desires for pleasure and for what you want to experience. You want to feel like you are supported in that. So when you go on vacation and you're in a resort, for example, the reason why we like it is because when you want something, you can just kind of go get it, and it's easy and it's right there for you, and it's like there's good food, there's interesting people to talk to, there's nice water, you can go swim in, you can feel the sand between your toes and so forth. Okay, so what you want at the core is the feeling of this like freedom to just kind of have what I want all the time. Okay, you want to feel like you can express your highest desires in your life, okay? All right. So what I'm actually telling you in this video is that the universe is designed already. It's already designed. It's already been helping you. Already been helping you from the second you were born, and even before that, okay? But at the whole time right now is the universe is always right now is always helping you all the time, the whole time, which is now, right now. Notice how right now the universe is actually helping you to realize that you are fully supported in becoming the best version of yourself. And sometimes that might seem like encountering challenges or obstacles or threshold guardians or difficult experiences, perhaps the passing of a loved one, perhaps the breaking up of a relationship, or an injury of some kind. Now, I hope from the bottom of my heart that, you know, you're okay. Or how do I rephrase that? The universe is already like protecting you and like loving you and supporting you and holding this like gentle space for you, okay? It's already doing that. So when you have these thoughts in your mind, this survival programming, when you have this survival programming of like, I'm gonna die, like if I don't make money, I'm gonna be homeless, and then I'm gonna like have to sleep under a bridge, and everything's gonna go to shit, and I can't do what I love, I can't afford it, I need to work, I need to grind, I need to like, I'm scared, you know, like, so the whole problem in your life, the reason why you don't feel supported to express your highest passion, and why you're stuck in situations you don't want to be in, is not the universe's fault. That's your fault for fucking staying in there, because you don't trust the universe to actually support you acting on what you love. You think you can't do that. So the universe is so supportive that it even supports your belief that you can't do that. And then it gives you evidence to show you hey, I support you so much that if you don't believe that you're worthy, then I'll show you evidence of that. If you don't believe that you're abundant, I'll support you in that. The universe just says yes. The universe loves and supports you. Okay? So when you get injured or when you get into negative situations, right? Almost always, the universe is actually giving you the best way to teach you an important lesson so that the whole of infinity can continually expand into ultimate abundance, okay? Simple example, if you can look back at like a hard time that you've had in your life, like a challenging time, if you look back, realize that that was the best thing that could have happened to me. I'm really glad that that happened, actually, because that made me who I am today. That actually built my character. That gave me wisdom and insights and knowledge about life and more compassion and empathy for other people who have maybe gone through similar hardships. That has actually made me a better person. So in the moment, I was cursing and swearing and saying fuck you to God, why have you forsaken me, right? I'm trying to tell you, the universe has never forsaken you at any point in time ever, because it's now, it's here, now, literally holding space for you. Notice that right now, there's like safe space around you, just like everywhere. Like you're like, holy shit, like, and if there's not safe space, you're totally supported to just leave. You're just like, oh wow, this area is extremely not safe and I don't feel good and I want to leave. Okay, that feeling of I want to leave because I don't feel safe at all, that's the universe actually, again, supporting you. Like, okay, I can just like, I'm supported in going to a safer place. Okay. Have to pee, 1 second. All right, so we're gonna move this into some advanced, high-level understanding of how you can take this information and actually apply it on the everyday basis level, okay? So, first of all, you need to understand deeply in your bones, the universe, God, does not want to be grinding through situations that don't feel good and abundant and aligned with your soul, okay? So if you're doing work that you fucking hate and you don't want to do, if you're waking up at a time that feels like dog shit, and then you're going to work that feels like dog shit, and then you're stepping in dog shit, which feels like dog shit, and then you're eating food that it's just like, when you're doing shit in your life that you fucking hate, this is a good time to ask yourself, what are all of the survival based belief systems that, okay, so woo! You're not going to fucking die, is what I'm trying to tell you in this video. Like, notice how your body literally doesn't feel safe. Okay? Again. I want to respect survival, okay? I want to respect, it's not spiritual bypassing, okay? I respect the need for survival, but you need to trust your instincts, almost like in a worst case scenario where you like need to survive, your instincts can help to carry you through that. And actually the universe, again, wants you to survive, okay? If you're like genuinely, like you exist for a reason, is what I'm trying to say. You don't exist for no reason. Like You are here, you have a body, you're in a world that is beautiful, that has so many amazing opportunities for you to grow and to expand. You can go to shows, you can go eat at restaurants, you can go talk to all kinds of interesting people, you can go swim, you can climb trees. So many great things you can do. You're here for a reason, okay? That reason is not only mundane, brain dead survival, okay? So our society has conditioned you to think that essentially, like, you need to do a lot of work in this sort of 9 to 5 kind of, like, nothing wrong with 9 to 5. It's fine. If you like working 9 to 5, that's fine. But a lot of people don't. And a lot of people are doing it anyways because of how unsupported they feel by life. So very basically, what I'm saying is take action on doing things that actually make you feel happy and excited, because that's what God wants you to do. Because God is you. God's looking out of your eyes. God wants to express its own infinity through your vessel. So when you do what you love, that's a sign from God that you're going in the right direction. The reason why you love it so much, and it just feels like infinite ecstatic bliss to dance, to sing, to make art, to do what you love to do, to start certain businesses, whatever you like, to eat food, right? The reason why you feel ecstatic passion, like holy shit, I love this thing so much. Go in that direction. Just go. You're supported in that direction. It's all I'm trying to tell you in this video, okay? When you feel massive love for something, you are automatically supported in moving in that direction. Otherwise, you wouldn't feel massive love for it. The universe communicates to you through the feeling of love and interest and like just like overwhelming passion for something. So a simple example, there have been times in my life where I've had low money, or I had no money. I've had past times in my life, and it's always flowing, it's up and down. Money comes and it goes, right? It's like a flow. It's like the tides in the ocean. It's here sometimes it's not, but then it always comes back, and then it goes, and then I let it go, just let it flow. It's okay, right? So there have been times where I've had very little money, like not too much for groceries, right? But I've had this like overwhelming passion to like buy a certain book, right? Like a $50 book about Buddhism, okay? But most people would say, well, Adam, that's not a good decision because you don't have any money in your bank account. You're not going to be able to afford food. So that's what I thought for the longest time, and I found that way of living ended up making me sad and ended up essentially not working. Like I was constantly in a state of lack and fear and anger and scarcity and frustration, and then I started starting businesses that weren't aligned with me, taking action that wasn't aligned with me. So what I've learned the hard way by being by taking a lot of action in the wrong way, I've learned that sometimes if you like feel deep passion for buying a certain book, for example, you're totally supported in spending your last bit of money on that book if that's really like your highest passion in that moment. Because the point is, so in my story, I bought that book, the Buddhism book, and then I read it, and I felt so much overwhelming joy for the stories in that Buddhist book, just like so aligned with my highest purpose, my highest passion. I just felt like such an amazing version of myself. I just love that book so much. Okay, it's like, oh my God, like thank you, just like hugging the book, like just the Buddha, like bowing. I'm very influenced by Buddhism, so just like, you know, bowing, praying, thanking God for how amazing this book is. Like, thank you so much, so beautiful and phenomenal. From that energy state, I am feeling so amazing that I end up, let's say, creating a video or a piece of art that is influenced by the energy from that book. And then since I feel so good about it, I then attract people that want to do business with me, to pay me. So then I end up making money. So I end up getting paid. So then the money comes in. So it's this radical trust exercise. A lot of my life experiences have been this like trust fall. It's like this trust fall with God. Like, hey, do you trust me to support you? If you spend, you know, your last $2 on, you know, a cigarette, I've done that before. The point is, the money goes, but then it comes back. And the point is, do you trust the universe to support you with good ideas to make money? Do you know how much fucking good ideas there are just floating in the thought space that you could be accessing? But you can't access them unless you're in vibrational alignment with them. In order to be in vibrational alignment with a really good idea that is aligned with your soul, that actually can allow you to support you and to have you survive and continue living, and not just survive, but to thrive in your highest passion and your highest unfoldment and expression of your highest gifts. What the hell was I just saying? I totally forgot my thought train. The universe supports you. You're supported. The ideas that you need will come to you if you trust the process of acting on the thing that excites you the most right now. So I've taken the really roundabout way to basically explain what I've been explaining in a lot of my other videos, that the universe is actually supporting you to take action on your highest excitement in each now moment. So in each now moment, ask yourself, very important that throughout the day you pause and you ask yourself, okay, wait a second, what's my highest excitement right now? What's the most exciting thing to do? It doesn't mean you have to be jumping for joy and partying. It could just be sitting under a tree and resting, okay? Check out my last video, resting, where I just sat under a tree for 40 minutes. Okay, that's my highest excitement, okay? So your highest excitement could be any option: going for a walk, calling a friend, taking a dump, making a smoothie, starting, you know, a business, you know, opening your phone and opening Instagram, okay? It could be anything. So you act on your highest excitement in each now moment, and you just trust that you're supported on that path. That's the path that supports you the most. Your highest excitement path, the reason why you feel the highest excitement for this particular path is because you're supported to go down that path. All right? So the way the universe works metaphysically is that when you act on your highest excitement and you feel aligned with your highest excitement, then you're in the vibrational frequency of highest excitement. And you just live an exciting life. You're now aligned with your true authentic frequency, your true passion. When you're aligned with that frequency, you need to understand reality is not created only through action. It's created primarily through harmonic resonance and frequency. All the thoughts that you think in your mind are attracted to your state of being. All the people that you attract into your life are attracted to your state of being. All of the clients that you attract into your life are attracted to your state of being. All the music that you listen to, the people, the environments, the life experiences, it's all an attractor field. Reality is made of attractor fields, okay? I'm literally saying when you go to a certain store, that store has a specific level of energy, okay? The level of energy of that specific store is based on many things. It's based on the decorations. The lighting, does it feel good to be in there? Is there care and love put into that store? Are there nice plants? Is there nice windows? Do they sell good quality items? Do they have a good value system? If not, it would be a lower energy store, which would then attract lower energy customers with lower levels of consciousness, lower levels of integrity, and generally lower kinds of emotions, okay? So we're gonna have to talk about levels of energy more in a different video. I'm giving you like a little bit of an introduction. We're gonna talk about it more, okay? If you want to learn more about levels of energy, pick up Frederick Dodson's book called Levels of Energy, where he talks about all the different levels of energy and all of the things that attract to each level of energy, okay? So what I'm explaining is that when you raise your level of energy, you attract better situations, people, and money, and whatever is aligned with that level of energy that you're on, which right now I'm talking about the energy of love, doing what you love, you know, your highest excitement, your passion. That will then attract to you all the information you need, all of the situations that you need, all of the ideas, all of the opportunities that you need to continue acting on your highest excitement and to continue unfolding God's infinite potential for you, for the rest of your life. So the universe is intelligently designed as an infinite fractal of just ever unfolding potential of higher and higher levels of excitement and consciousness and love. Okay? That's what the universe is. Do you understand? So the way the universe is designed is a very good design because it's very simple. Okay? It's like the iPhone. When Steve Jobs released the iPhone, I was very inspired because it's such a good design. It's so simple. You just touch with your fucking finger the thing that you want. It's very straightforward. There's not a lot of steps in between. You just grab your finger, it's right there. You just fucking touch the thing that you want, okay? It's simple and it's straightforward. So the universe is exactly like that, which is why the iPhone is probably one of the most successful products ever made, okay? And it's completely transformed the face of planet Earth because it's such a good device, okay? The reason why is because it's aligned with the actual nature of the universe. The nature of the universe is actually functions on a simple mechanism. The reason why it's simple is because if it was too convoluted or complex, it wouldn't be efficient. Okay, so the mechanism of creation is so efficient in the sense of you feel good about doing something now, do it now. And there you go. Okay, but Adam, what about discipline? What about, like, you know, don't I have to force myself to go to the gym even if I don't feel like it? And the answer is fuck no. Fuck no. That's the answer. It actually takes discipline. So you're great for developing discipline. Discipline's important. I love discipline. Discipline's the best. Okay, I fucking adore discipline. I was in the Army cadets. I was doing meditation retreats. Okay, I'm not, this undisciplined kind of guy. I like discipline, okay? Big fan of it. Use your discipline to consistently act on your highest excitement in life in a disciplined kind of way. Be disciplined about it. The thing is, you think acting on your highest excitement is this like, that's like the easy way to live. Yeah, it is the easy way to live, but you got to actually fucking do it. And the problem is you're so sleepy in the sense that you just fall asleep back into your old habit patterns, your old ways of thinking and being, your habitually conditioned ways of existing. You gotta freshen up the scenery a little bit here, guys. You're so conditioned with your fucking habit patterns that you don't actually act on your highest excitement. And that's the point I'm making. You think it's easy. Okay, it's so easy. Go ahead and do it. Actually take action in every single moment on the option that excites you the most and see what happens. Don't have an expectation of the outcome. Can you do that? Are you even psychologically capable of doing that? Because what many people find, myself included, is that actually I'm not even psychologically capable of doing that in some cases, because I have all of these tendencies for people-pleasing, self-abandonment, fear that the universe isn't supporting me, fear of dying. Like, again, guys, I'm not asking you to jump off cliffs, okay? I'm asking you to just, if you feel like going for a walk, go for a walk. If you feel like eating food, eat food, okay? If you feel like making some art, make some art, okay? I'm not asking you to do any kind of like radical extremism here, okay? I'm asking you to listen to your heart and actually take action on it. The reason why this is so good is because it brings you into contact with all of the belief systems, all of the emotional stuckness that you have around doing what you love. You might find in a certain situation, it's very clear what your highest excitement is, but still you don't do it. So this is a good opportunity to now investigate, why am I not just acting on what I need to do right now that feels good? That feels not just good, but feels the best out of all the other options. So like, for example, taking a nap in the middle of the day. Oh no, but I can't take a nap because I have shit to do today. The point of the highest excitement teaching, which I'll just put a simple link in the description, and it'll be like a clear talk about how to actually do it step by step practically so you're not lost, okay? In the link description, clear video, explain the whole thing beginning to end, okay? Like how to. If you don't want to take a nap and your highest excitement is taking a nap, it's because you're blocking yourself. What's blocking you from just taking a nap right now? Well, I have this belief system that I have to fucking work, otherwise, like, I can't succeed in my life. I have this belief system that reality is like a linear system and that goal achievement is only linear. I'm actually entrenched in the idea that goal achievement and getting what I want has to be a linear A to B to C process. But newsflash, I don't know if you knew this, the fact that anything exists in existence at all, the fact that anything exists at all is not linear, okay? Existence is not linear. It's not only about if I do A, then I move to B, then I will achieve goal C. It's not like that. Okay? In reality, you can skip steps. Now, I'm not saying to cut corners, right? But you'd be surprised that a lot of the corners you think you're not cutting by doing it the proper way, a lot of times you're adding additional steps into the process of achieving your goals that don't need to be there. You're making the process of being a happy, fulfilled, passionate, excited, loving, abundant human being, you're making the process harder than it needs to be by adding additional steps and conditions and rules before you can just like relax and follow your highest excitement. Okay, before I follow my highest excitement, I need to like go to the gym first. Then I'll follow my highest excitement after. Why? Like, why though? Like, you just like think like why? Like, why? You're so attached to like your self-image. You're so attached to like, achieving your goals, that you end up not achieving anything. The only thing you achieve is a life of stress and misalignment. You're like, okay, I'm gonna work really hard and I'm gonna go achieve my goals. But then when you actually like self-reflect for a second and you really like take a measurement of your average vibrational feeling, like how do you feel on average throughout the day, or out of 10? You think you're achieving your goals, but the whole time you're feeling like a 4 out of 10. Maybe you get little blips of 10 here or there, little blips. But most of the day you're like a 4 or a 5. So how are you going to get to your end goal, which is to feel like a 10 out of 10 every single day, all the time, even when you're resting and you're relaxing? It's like a 10 out of 10 kind of rest, Holy shit, I feel so rested right now. It's amazing. The goal of your life is to get to a 10 and then to an 11 and a 12 and to just keep feeling better and better and better infinitely, okay? That's what God wants to do through you. It's like infinite sex. Reality is infinite sex. Do you know that? Did you know that or not? Were you aware of that insight? That existence is infinite sex all the time. Always sex, forever. Like, there's just like, you know why flowers grow? You know what causes the flowers to grow? Because of sex. They literally need to grow because that's how they reproduce. The bees come and pollinate them, okay? And then they go spread to the other flowers. The force that causes life to exist is sex, okay? Sex is supposed to feel good. Did you know that? Wondering if you knew that. Did you know sex is supposed to feel good? That's why you watch Adam Michelli's videos on YouTube and you subscribe and comment and share with your friends. Because life is supposed to feel good. Sex is supposed to feel good. The point, a lot of having sex is just like being very conscious and considerate of your needs and also your partner's needs, and just slowly, consciously, with a lot of attention to detail, very like present, acting on what feels good. And just exploring the pleasure of it. We're not achieving a goal. We're not trying to be the best lover in the universe. We're not trying to, race to an orgasm. We're just like exploring the presence of pleasure right now. And that's great sex. That's really good sex to do that, okay? And sex is life. There's no fucking difference. They're the same fucking thing, okay? Sex is life. They're the same shit, okay? It's the same. It's in Tantra, Why do I gotta explain everything, guys? I gotta explain every single thing. I have a book list. There's 150 books on there for you can get the list for free in the description. Okay? Get cracking with the books. Okay? Sex is life. Do you understand? So what feels good is what's gonna produce a good feeling experience in your life, and then you're gonna have a good feeling life. And then you're gonna unfold the most profound, mind-blowing, orgasmic, ecstatic, blissful, peaceful, enlightened, awakened kind of life that you can possibly have in your unique way. Okay, comprendo, guys. Yo, today I was just resting on a tree, and that felt really good. I just wanted to share that. I don't know why. Okay. So in order to feel like a 10 at all times throughout the day, one really good way to do that is to take action on your highest excitement in each moment and to become more sensitive to what I actually want now. And to be willing to act on it. What's the most fun I can have right now? There's no, like, you know, for the longest time, for example, I wouldn't allow myself to listen to certain songs because I thought those songs were like lower consciousness. It's like this like stupid rap music, you know. I'd listen to like A Boogie, for example, and I thought it was like low consciousness music. But when I started following my highest excitement, I started realizing, like, if it's genuinely the vibe to put on the track and it makes me feel really good to put it on and I feel just like really fun and abundant, then perhaps I should just play the song that I want to listen to and not judge myself for it. I should just like listen to the song that I like and enjoy it. Okay, you could still be conscious of when it becomes too much. You turn it off, you know. It's a moment to moment thing, guys. So to sum up, what I'm explaining is that the nature of reality is to unfold its highest excitement. What God wants to do on the metaphysical highest, most zoomed up level is to manifest infinite love. Okay, so God is, it's all love. Reality's love. So even the stuff that you think is bad, that is actually an expression of love, so that we as a species and also you as an individual can learn more deeply and viscerally how to be good and how to be more loving. So sometimes things that seem unloving are actually lessons that are actually teaching us how to become more loving. So on the big, most zoomed out point of view, in life, everything that happens is an expression and a manifestation of infinite love. Okay, so when you are taking actions in your life that don't feel that aligned with infinite love, you're just like doing shit that you hate, then be aware of that. Okay, be aware of that. What's stopping you from just taking a break? Adam, I can't take a break. So the fact that you think you can't take a break from doing that shit that you hate, that's like the pinnacle of lack mentality and scarcity mentality, and that's why you feel constantly lacking and scarce. You know, one of the most abundant things you can do is to like let yourself rest. Why? Because you can afford to. Because you're supported. But Adam, what if I'm not supported? Okay, well then if you think that way, then you will be supported in not being supported. The universe is so supportive that it just agrees with everything you think it is. You think this group of people are evil? Okay, you're going to get all the evidence to support that. You think this group of people is really kind? Okay, you're going to get all the evidence to support that. You think your life is fun and amazing? and that you get to make money by literally relaxing, like me, where I'm getting paid lots of money from rolling in the grass. I have had clients literally say, yo man, I really like the way that you rolled in the grass on your video, and I just thought we needed to do some coaching together. And I was like, okay, let's do it. They pay me up front, and then, you know, it's a nice little payment, and then all of a sudden we're chilling. So I'm getting paid from rolling in the grass. Adam, what you're saying is not practical, Adam. You're not a practical thinker. You're not good at thinking practically. You're ignoring the real world. Really, that's very interesting. That's very interesting, because since we're talking about the real world, what is the real world? Where is it? Where is the real world occurring? In what space does the real world actually occur in? I'll give you a second to think about that one. The real world is literally in and is your consciousness and your energy and your vibration. Okay? So today I'm in heaven. I'm actually in heaven. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm in heaven today. It's a good fucking day today, and it's been a good day for a very long time. And since the days have been so good, I've actually been getting paid, because people literally say, Adam, I can tell that you're just having a really good day all the time. I really feel it. So like, help me out. You know, you seem to have a lot of wisdom and knowledge and understandings. Can we like connect? Like, I want to connect, you know, like let's do a deal, you know, a connection. Okay. So this is, you know, an example of conscious business. This is an example. I'm just trying to demonstrate with my example to show you that you can be supported monetarily by having fun and doing what you love, and there's no rules. Okay, there's no limits. There's literally no limits to what you could create by following your highest excitement, your highest passion. There's art that you could make that doesn't exist yet, that you're meant to create, that you're meant to give form to that. So what happens is, when you're not aligned with your true nature as a creator, as the creator, as like, you're not creating, you're not allowing God to basically like have sex with itself through your being, if you're not allowing that to happen, then you don't feel good, because you're doing a bunch of shit you don't like. You're like going to like the gray office and like, you know, staring, you know, at the screen and just hating yourself. You know, all that feeling of hating yourself is just God telling you very gently, hey, I don't think we want to be here. This is not a good place to be. Let's leave. You're not aligned for this place. That's all it means. So why don't you listen? You got trust issues? Many people, myself included, have had some very difficult trust issues with God, with the universe. So have faith. Also, everything I just said, please don't turn it into an ideology or a belief system. I want you to take what I'm saying and test it out. Try it out. I could be wrong. In fact, the odds are that I've said something wrong, and then your mind has interpreted it wrong. And then now you think that I said something, but the thing you think I said wasn't actually the thing that I meant. So this is how like religions get all corrupted and twisted, because someone's trying to tell you some good truth, some good insight from experience, but then the mind that's receiving it, it's like broken telephone. The message gets jumbled and twisted, and then now you're acting on something that wasn't even what I told you to do. Okay, so the mechanism to prevent this broken telephone from happening is to not trust me, but to trust your own experience, to take what I'm saying as a temporary hypothesis and test it in your experience. What if it's not true? What if Adam's wrong? Maybe check out some of the books on my book list. You can cross-reference. Check out books that aren't on my book list and cross-reference, okay? So what I'm presenting to you is one of the highest consciousness perspectives of how to live and be abundant and successful, and to be aligned with your soul's purpose and your highest expression, your highest potential. One of the highest consciousness perspectives that exists on planet Earth right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I am standing on top of the shoulders of like some of the most amazing, profound, phenomenal human beings to ever walk the face of the planet. I have been so lucky to receive their teachings, sometimes through videos, sometimes through audiobooks, sometimes through books, sometimes in person, sometimes on retreats and whatever. But I'm lucky to have inherited the lineages of like literally hundreds of amazing experts and spiritual leaders and sages and, you know, phenomenal human beings. So since I've scoured the field of all this amazing high consciousness information, I'm telling you from experience, my job here on earth is literally to gather all the most true information, the most cutting edge, the most advanced, the most awake, the most clear, the most I don't know, the most true, good, and beautiful information that I can possibly find that resonates for me personally with my analysis of what I think is true, okay? And to share that with you. And if anything that I'm saying here like ever gets confusing or you get lost in the muck, just go back to the basics. I've made many videos just like introduction to self-actualization or like how to self-actualize. Just like go back to the basics. Okay, well, I don't know what to do, so maybe I should just start eating some cleaner food. Maybe I should just start with personal development. Like just start with maybe, okay, I'll start meditating for 20 minutes a day, or I'll exercise. You know, I'll do it in alignment with my highest excitement. You know, maybe, so when you get lost, you don't know what to do, just start working on yourself. Do something good for you. Maybe some martial arts, or maybe semen retention, or make a song, or, you know, do some personal development. So if you ever get lost, start working on yourself. Do some personal development. Okay, that's like a good way to kind of go back to the drawing board. You know, go out to nature, just walk around and just contemplate, think, who am I? What do I want? What do I want my life to be? What's the most exciting for me? What if I just acted on it and I just didn't need it to already be figured out? What if I didn't worry about the whole plan, but I just started with step one? You know, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. My highest excitement right now is to like go for a beautiful walk in nature. Okay, so just start with step one. Do that. Okay, and follow that thread. Which path are you going to take? How are you going to walk? Are you going to be on your phone, which is fine. It could be. I like being on my phone. I'm on my phone a lot, actually. I really like my phone. This whole, you know, there's just like, dude, you're free to think any way that you want, okay? So someone told you something is bad. What if it's actually good? Everyone's like, oh, the internet, it's bad, you know, our attention spans. Dude, I like the internet. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. You know, it's a good thing sometimes, okay? So you're free to think whatever you want. Reality becomes what you think it is. Don't let other people condition your mind in a way that you're not aware that it's happening. All right, holy smokes. It's a good video today, guys. I think we're gonna move into the after credits. Okay, so thank you. The video's complete. You can subscribe, all this kind of stuff, you know, appreciate it. If you wanna stay, that's fine. We're gonna move into the after credits now. Okay, so the after credits is just me. I'm gonna pack up my bag. We're gonna go for a little walk. Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe the profound wisdom will continue, but for now we're gonna move into the after credits. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Adam Michelli, and this was the video that I made today. It's a really nice day today. I'm gonna go for a drive with my girlfriend soon, and just enjoy my life. It's a good day. I'm gonna go home after. I don't know what I'm gonna do after, honestly, but I know it's gonna be exciting. Holy smokes. All right. Okay, thank you for watching. Peace, take care. Bye.